British Virgin Islands. Let's see how those people actually doing. Look at this, just a nice place in Caribbean. But first, if you like this type of content, check the other videos that I make, consider subscribing, liking the videos, and comment. And if you know somebody that might actually enjoy this content, just share it with them. So, British Islands, the British Virgin Islands. 40,000 people in this place, and you can see still going up, but the growing rate kind of goes down, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But look at this, back in 1955 only 7,500 people living in this area with 0.3% increase rate. That'll be like 25 people, so you can actually met all of them. Migrants on minus back then, minus 120 people choose to leave the island, and the median age was around 16 years old. Fertility rate, one of those nonsense, 5.3, and urban population around 12% only. Fast forward to 2025, population grew tremendously. Now there are around 40,000 people in this British Virgin Islands with a 0.66% increase rate. There will be roughly 261 people now, and migrants 153 on plus this time. Median age around 39 years old, and fertility rate much more manageable but also dangerously low, 1.06. But a fertility rate of 1, I think it's pretty good for now because the overpopulation that we have very recently, so actually it's not going to be that bad. Urban population now around 44%. Now in the future they say the population is going to go around 40,000 people, so not that much of increase. You can see gonna start going down with minus 0.3% decrease in population. Yearly change around 126 on minus. Median age around 50 years old, and just 36 migrants there, so not that many in the first place. Fertility rate, they're gonna go up at 1.2, 1.3, but not spectacular, I would say. And urban population around 57%, so not huge amount. It's actually British Virgin Islands. It's sovereign states governed by the United Kingdom, so it's pretty interesting. There used to be a Dutch West Indies, so that's also interesting, I would say. There are 76% blacks there and 5.6 Hispanics. There are like 2.1 Indians, which again pretty interesting, and only 5.4 whites. What else can we find here? This is from a bit of old data from 2019. They say only 30,000 people was in 2019, just before pandemics. Now it's a bit even older than that, so yeah, those data are not exactly reliable. Well, 2017 they say the GDP per capita PPP this time was around 34,000 US dollars, so not too low, and total was $500 million, so yeah, not an insanely increased one, so yeah. Now let's see how those people actually live. And you can see right here in the middle of the Caribbean, we have this chain of islands. We're gonna start with the furthest one because now it's interesting to see it that way, and looks like very least populated. So let's go right here. Let's see how those people actually live, and this is from 2024 March, so pretty recently. I like this buggy. Looks like have a black eye, but still probably is running pretty good. Concrete roads, not so bad. The quality of the Street View 360 not exactly great, but hey, at least we have something to judge, to look at them. What else can we find? I'm looking for a 360s further in on this island, but I don't find any of those, so yeah. Oh, that's an interesting boat right there. What else? Let's check this village here. Ooh, it's a pretty dark color, so yeah, not that many trees here, but road is pretty decent. This house not so bad. Probably they have a great cell reception, judging by this antenna right here, so the internet, the data at least is gonna be very fast. Some trash there, probably because the wind knocked him down, so I'm not gonna pick on that much. It's a island with very few people, getting hit by hurricanes all day long, so yeah, not exactly a absolutely greatest place to live, but it could be very nice, but not here on this island, probably on the main one, unless with there are more let's say population, but here's pretty decent, I would say. Yeah, nice road. That was probably a goat right there. I don't know what exactly they have with goats here, but seems to like it very much. They have even an airstrip here. Probably they're gonna get supplies much easier from there. Yeah, now it's closed, but it's pretty good. Probably it's gonna be a great job working here. Just I don't do that much. Just enjoying the weather. They're a bit farther from the sea, but I can probably see it from the window if you just uh, go actually on the roof, not on the window. So yeah, sand pretty good. Like every time I go in these Caribbean islands, and now we just approach the end of those regions. Every single time I remember the Pirates of the Caribbean, the movie series, and you just kind of think like, how was here in the 16th century, 15th century, just total freedom, just going on those islands, just pretty much, you're the government now, you go into government. You can do whatever you want, there's just no one else before you there. Or at least not that many native, but on those very small remote islands, clearly was not much population. As a pirate, they're probably gonna do pretty nice, especially if you have a ship, you have a great crew, and you make some plunders along the way. Used to be pretty good, at least for your lifetime. Probably the lifetime back then, the life expectancy is gonna be around 30-35 years old. Put in that very. That's a nice cactus here. In the middle of nowhere. Pretty good. Yeah, around 35 years, very optimistic, I would say. So yeah, probably a short but nice life, interesting at least. Oh, they don't have a road here, just a dirt road. That looks pretty good, which makes it even more interesting, I would say. So yeah, here in this small, it's probably like the biggest island almost. Not that much populated, but with again, gonna be a great place to establish, let's say, some new housing if they feel so inclined. Yeah, those boats, I mean, can you imagine just sitting one of those? Look at how many there. How much is gonna be one of those? Probably like 500,000 at least, if not even more. So yeah, just have millions and millions of dollars just sitting here. Good for those guys, they're doing very well in life probably, and they can afford those boats. Pretty good. Roads pretty decent. Again, not that many people, so probably gonna make a road here is gonna last at least one generation, if not even more. Seems to do pretty well. Keep in mind, there are not that many people here, so like how many was like 40,000 people. Yeah, just not gonna get that much population here. So yeah, let's go on the other island now. Like I said, trying to make those videos as short as possible because I don't want to make that long video, especially in those small places. That's a nice guys there. Okay, those are expensive. Those are just like vacation on the plate. They build another resort here, and they already built those one. Those are actually pretty good. Those looks like individual houses. Lots of them. Probably they are for renting. But yeah, looking nice. It's just they have all that place to get this to expand. So yeah, even from the above, you can see on this island. Rich only, I would say. Listed on this part, rich only. Only the rich guys can allow to go on that. Or if maybe if you work on those resorts, you might be allowed, but otherwise I don't think so. We have no business out there. Pretty good here. Yeah, that's in the middle of the sea right there. Looking pretty nice. Ooh, they have even an island here, a resort island. What is this? It's like some sort of museum. Look at this device here. Oh, it's an actually boat motor. Okay. And here we have the shop. It's Sabarak, pretty interesting, and it's in the middle of nowhere, I would say. Look at this. On this small island. Here they have some sort of image on the concrete. Looking pretty nice, nicely made, nicely well maintained. Looking good so far. Looking good. Not sure exactly where I am now. Okay, right here. So yeah, they seems to do pretty well here. So far they're doing pretty well. What else can we find in here? Again, one of those resorts, expensive ones. We checked that already. Here, unfortunately, we don't have that many 360 or street views. Here, a bit more, probably where the population live. Let's see. Roads pretty decent. Those keyboards, yeah, it is what it is by now. It's just not gonna complain about it. Now look at the differences between a house, a regular house, and those nice resorts ones. We should make those clearly. I would say the labor, I don't think it's gonna be that much different. At least if you can build yourself, that'd be even better. But we should go down with the custom materials. At least we have that nice housing for everyone. That would be a great services for everyone, I would say. A lot of cars here. Also with cars we are really close to actually open up to everybody, making cheaper, not the one that we have now, and actually pretty decent one. It's just you're not gonna feel that much difference between a regular car and a Bentley, let's say. So yeah, we are very, or at least an S-Class. We are really close to that, I would say, or breakthrough to car manufacturing. That'll be interesting to see. Here they built something on that part. Probably again they built some sort of a resort or whatever. Oh no, it's a carrier from, actually they produce concrete there. Pretty interesting. Yeah, some places, look at this, it's just golf course, nice resorts. Fortunately we don't have 360s, but it is what it is. They're spreading around. They looking good. They looking good from above. I don't think they're missing anything. There again, one of those boats here, parking boats, whatever you want to call it. Millions and millions of dollars on the sea. Pretty well. Here again, nice houses, at least from I see from above. Yeah, pretty good. Now the road not exactly great, but hey, maybe. Oh, that's a nice door right there. Entering. When you live in these places, probably not gonna pick that much on the road. It's just, yeah, I don't think it's a huge concern, but still pretty rough shape. Pretty good so far. I kind of like it. I like it, these British Virgin Islands, at least so far. Yeah, on the poverty line, and I think it's around here. Well, not exactly poverty, but not exactly comparing with what we saw earlier. They seem to do pretty well. I mean, this house, that's probably the smallest house I ever seen on these places, but maybe it's not a house actually. It's a post office. Okay, that's an interesting place to work. House there pretty decent. Roads again pretty good. So not exactly poverty, but again we compare with all ultra luxury that we see earlier. Big difference. Let's face it. Big difference. We're gonna see that more of that in a minute. Yeah, this pink house, not exactly my taste, but they have ice here, nice machine, which is pretty good. Have a dog. Have decent roads, a bit more dirty here and there, but not that much. Yeah, this house, not exactly too great. And I think they got hit by a hurricane pretty recently. I think in 2017 or something like that. If I remember correctly. So yeah, probably they still recovering from that. Who knows? That's a decent chain back then. Nice house. It's a medical center actually. Okay, still pretty good. Look at those boats here, just anchor it outside. How many millions do you think they have there? I would say just one of those, just break a million immediately. Pretty nice. Have a house here, front beach property, pretty good. Now again, I'm not a big fan of those properties getting that close to the beach, but here small ones on those islands, it's a bit different, I would say. In Caribbean it's different. Wow, they have those umbrellas, you can actually sit under them. Yeah, if just the mainland, I would say you have like at least 200 meters of clean beach, and then after those 200 meters from the shoreline, you can actually start building. But here it's a bit different, not exactly like that. So I would allow it to get closer, but with small construction, not apartments on other stupid things like that. A lot of people here on those beaches. Pretty good. Seems to have good time here. Again, I have to say it. Always have to say it. Probably, most likely, it's not gonna be cheap to come here on a vacation. This just got pretty much fucked up. Yeah, just see, it has to happen. Fucked up shit like that. Let me just restart it. So yeah, it's not gonna be cheap to come in here. Even more, I would say, to be, let's say, I don't know, building something from scratch. Now I don't remember exactly what I was, but I think we can move on. Oh yeah, okay, in this region. Yeah, it seems to do pretty well here. Not exactly for, like I say, not gonna have very well for every single one of those people. We are not in Monaco yet. There I have some high expectation, but here, yeah, it's like, it's pretty good. It's good. No, it's not so bad, not so worst. Most of the people seems to do okay. Again, not gonna be perfect, but imagine where they were 50 years ago. So yeah, it's a pretty big step forward, I would say. Nice clean water, nice dock, decent boats, nice flag. See, doing pretty well here. Not so bad, not so bad at all. Probably if you are, let's say, a British citizen, we're gonna have some vacation here, and also probably if you're doing very poorly, let's say in Britain, you might have actually a chance to work here. Maybe you can find a job here. You want to escape that cold weather or that stabbing with knives that they have there, so it's a pretty good place to go, I would say, if you can manage to find a job. Not sure exactly how easy it is, but coming from England, let's say, with who knows, maybe have some experience in a hotel, yeah, could serve you pretty well, I would say. Yeah, here looks very nice. Nice beach, nice trees, everything looking great. This is probably from a boat. Yeah, fortunately we don't have that great drone footage that we used to it, so it is what it is. Here pretty much all of those are made for tourist resorts, making the money. You can see you can actually, I don't know, just clean the beach here, and probably gonna do fine in a good weather. It's not gonna be that bad, but looking pretty well, I have to say. I like it. Look at this from a drone. See, again, those pictures are heavily edited. This water is just burning my eyes, how blue it is, but I think it's close to that, so yeah, not exactly a misleading image, I would say. Looking pretty good. What else can we check here? Ooh, the main island. Let's go with, like I said, I want to make those videos shorter. Ooh, look at those boats here. How expensive is gonna get one of those? Let's see how nice they are. Ooh, we have actually a inside image. Now this bathroom is extremely small, but keep in mind this is on the boat. They have a room here. Can you go outside? Yes, can we go outside? Yeah, very tight space in those boats, just the way it is. Not one of those, I don't know, 200 meters yacht or whatever they have. Those swans, it's just gonna take a lot of time to make those, and you don't wanna pretty much fuck them up. So yeah, I do not recommend it, I would say. Oh, that's a nice area. That's a nice chips there. That's like diabetes and cancer all in once here, which is pretty good. I like those Chips Ahoy. Chips Ahoy. Yeah, I think, Chips Ahoy. Yeah, I don't think I tested those. I think we have like a fake ones from Lidl, but pretty close to that. It's pretty good, yeah. $1 million, please, and you can have it, most likely. So you're doing pretty well there. Let's see here. Keep in mind, all of those that we see here, it's from for 50,000 people, for 40,000 people, and some tourists. Probably they receive more tourists than the population if they have a good year. I don't know, maybe even actually a bad year if you don't receive at least heavy population. But probably again, it's gonna be expensive. So yeah, not exactly sure what calculation do they have there, but most likely they're gonna do pretty decent here. And now some garbage here, it's on the trash can, so yeah, kinda, let's say, not gonna be that picky about that, but still looking pretty horrible. Yeah, this building not so much. This is 2021, by the way. Roads not so great. You have this water just streaming down on the road, like, nah, it doesn't look that great. A lot of cars on those yards. I like the colors, but a bit too much, making just one color the whole building. Looks a bit washed away, I would say. That's some junk cars here with some garbage there. yeah, here clearly is the poverty side, I would say. Let's see if we can find the rich side. Can we find it? How fast can we find the rich side? They have an airport, so it has to be close, those rich people. They don't like to walk too far away from the airports. They have some nice chain of islands there, but not exactly extremely rich. Now this one, it's a resort or something like that with boats. They are rich people, but not exactly a great 360. We can actually check that. So yeah, where are those rich people? Here they have some nice houses in the hills, but I don't see those big houses with pools yet. So yeah, the view is pretty good. I don't think we can say something bad about them in that department, at least. Here we have some pools. Yeah, so probably this is the rich areas. You can see pretty nice. Unfortunately, we cannot check them with the 360 or street views. We don't have it in there. Here again, the resorts looking pretty well. So yeah, not far away we're gonna find rich people and rich resorts, at least. So it seems to do pretty well. Let's check here on the beach. Yeah, pretty nice, clean beach, no problem. Some chairs ditch in there, just enjoying the life. And here in the hills, yeah, they're gonna have the rich people right here, as we can see, but again, we don't have that 360 to check them out, see how they live. Here again, some other rich people. Not sure if it's a gated community, but clearly we don't have access there. Pretty good so far. But again, we have rich people and poor people. Doesn't matter where you go. That shows an overpopulation when you have those, and obviously an unequal distribution of the wealth. But those rich people might be actually from abroad and they just bought houses there, so not exactly contributing to the local economy, let's say. So just kind of bought the house, they pay taxes, they contribute by that, but now they have, like, probably they don't have all of them. They kind of have a business there and just gonna provide employment and other stuff. So ooh, that's pretty nice. It is like a shop from boats. You can actually buy one like that. There are a lot of those. They're doing pretty well. Some people doing pretty well there. Oh, nice palm trees on the beach. Clearly they are man planted and not just natural like that, but still pretty good. Roads here in those rich areas I expect to be better. Yeah, it is better. This is 2021 and it looks better already. Yeah, I don't think something else that's gonna surprise us by now. We kind of know wherever we're gonna go, we're gonna find rich people. Wherever we're gonna go, we're gonna find the poor ones. Now, which country has a much better balance? That's open for discussion. They say the Netherlands, they have the lowest Gini coefficient, which means that's a nice interesting chairs, which means the wealth of the country is much more equal spread, they say. But I don't know, when I make that video about Netherlands, a lot of people are saying they're actually very expensive to live there, they cannot afford the house, so not sure exactly how equal it is. But yeah, they're doing better, let's face it, than most of the population of the world. So yeah, not exactly, but yeah, you have to keep the pressure. Those are nice cars, military cars. Keep the pressure, just demand it, better condition for your tax money, for your, let's say you pretty much give up freedom for those promises that you're gonna live better. So now not everybody is doing that well, so yeah, it's kind of makes sense to just, I give you the freedom, and you say you're gonna give me what I need, but you didn't do it. So yeah, and I can hear by the discussion between a citizen and the government. Yeah, it has to be accountable for that. It's just the way it is. You can't just give you the freedom right now and you're gonna give me the house or the tools to buy a house like 50 years from now. It's just it doesn't work like that, but apparently it kind of works for those governments. So yeah, they seem to do pretty well in this deal. We are the one that are not doing that well, but it is what it is, I guess. We're not that strong to ask for the real rights. Yeah, overall pretty good. No, I don't think it's that bad. it seems to do pretty decent. Look at this. Those guys definitely do pretty decent. So yeah, again, they're gonna be bad areas, not so well like this one is just not so great. Feels like they're gonna see it's gonna just pretty much splash into it here, and it looks like that. So yeah, this is 2021. This is for rent. I'm not sure exactly what it's renting here, but it's renting something, and probably it's not gonna be cheap. But yeah, he seems to do pretty good, Ooh, look at those rich people. Let's check them very quickly. Oh, that's an interesting roads here. That's an interesting pattern right there. Yeah, those people on the hills clearly look at these pools, expensive houses, and we have a image here from the inside. I like the colors. My god, we started going to people's houses now. I like those alleys. Pretty good. View, yeah, absolutely great. Bedroom, pretty nice too. Pretty decent yard. I have someone just taking the photos there. We go in the living room. They have one of those water devices, whatever. Oh, they have a beach on the harbor. Okay. Yeah, could work. Yeah, pretty good place to live, I would say. Not for you, but not for me. But for some of those people, doing pretty well. Now I cannot imagine having a Ferrari and driving on those roads, but probably they're gonna have something like a Land Rover or something like that, a bit more ground clearance. Here on the beach, yeah, nice. Very good. Have even some mountains here. They're doing okay. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna be like poverty exactly on the entire island. But again, keep in mind, like 40,000 people, population stabilized. Usually, economy is still growing with the decreasing in population. So yeah, they're getting more efficient with time. They're gonna be much more money for everyone. Now, how they're gonna share that new wealth that they're gonna have, that's a different discussion. A lot of boats, a lot of wealth is gonna be in these boats, but they seems to do pretty decent comparing with other countries. Also have to keep that in mind, not with the best countries, but with other countries. They seems to do pretty good, I would say, in these British Virgin Islands. Nice destination for vacation, and being born there, live there, not sure exactly if you don't getting, let's say, born rich, so you can travel on the world. Being stuck in a place like this is gonna get old pretty fast, I would say. But yeah, pretty good overall. So yeah, if you like the video, check the other ones, and see you next time.